Your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another live stream. Yeah, family. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, family. Definitely want to say thank y'all. You know what I mean? I know it's like pretty early up and on this beautiful day, going to some new day this rising, as you may say. But definitely I feel it's good to be back in this warm house because it's definitely cold. Just I wanted to get me a cup of coffee and stuff like that, just to wake up on this beautiful rise. And I definitely want to say thank you to the Most High God, for waking me up for this beautiful day on this beautiful rising, this lovely day and stuff like that. I want to say, thanks, I could be back on my YouTube channel once again. I know it's been, a couple of days. I say I'm a welcome everybody back in, inside of the channel and stuff like that. And yeah, family, I wanted to come to y'all with this message because I really felt like, it was really, hey, African Soul Star, I really felt like it was really time and needed for me to like come to y'all with this message because this has really been on my mind, for quite some time, and I felt like, it was really time, to like, bring this message towards y'all because I'm quite sure many of y'all can like really relate. Hey, A for Electronics, what's going on? Hey, Michelle Granger, what's going on? Long time no see. Long time no see. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know it's been a minute and stuff like that. I know sometimes y'all can't get the notification, but I will say like if you have been unsubscribed, sometimes they be doing that. I will say resubscribe back. I will say like check to see if you've been subscribed back to me, and also see that you know what I mean, that if yeah, and also hit the bell and stuff like that. You feel me? And yeah, family, I feel good and I feel great, man. Hey, Sister Mom, what's going on? And I just really feel great about, the future and stuff like that. Pretty much what's coming down the pipe. I mean, I just love like really becoming the man who I am and stuff like that, man. It just, what I mean, just building upon things, staying focused because I've really been taking care of business, behind the scenes. Hey, helicopter, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? And like I said, I mean, from man to woman and stuff like that, and man to man, I really love. Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, man. I just love to like bring this information, man, because like I just love to block out all of these things because if we don't block out some of these things, it can really affect the mind to start playing with us. And what it can do is it can have us to lose sight of ourselves and really start messing with your mind. Hey, D Bellamy, what's going on? You feel me? And so I wanted to come to y'all with this message, man, because I really felt like, many people needed to hear that. You feel me? And the reason why I say fight for yourself and don't lose sight of yourself, because, for what I've seen, over these years, I've really seen how people they will put their focus on somebody else. They will have their eyes on somebody else, but the whole entire time they are losing control of themselves. Like a prime example, like when you dealing with a narcissist, like a prime example, right? It's like once you break away from them, the narcissist in particular for real, you know what I mean? It's like you will really see how they will unravel, what I'm saying, on themselves. Because see, the reason why they unravel on themselves, because they lost control of themselves. See, by them trying to control somebody else, they lose control of themselves. Why? Because they not focused on themselves. They always want to tell somebody else what they need to be doing, but at the same time, they are not doing what needs to be done on their end. Why? Because the reason why they so fucked up, because they are so conflicted. Because if you were trying to focus on somebody else, or if you want to like vicariously live through somebody else and like to be a part of you for real, then guess what? You really losing sight of who you really are. Why? Because you get caught up in this world trying to impress people. You get caught up in this world, caught up in other people's opinions. You wind up getting, you know what I mean? It's like you wind up trying to fit into something that's really a facade, and you really begin to lose yourself. Why? Because you were trying to fit in with something that's not real. You lose yourself because you lose sight of yourself. The minute you lose sight of yourself, you lose the fight for yourself. That's why I say you gotta fight for yourself and don't lose sight of yourself. Why? Because the main eyes you need to have on is the one in the mirror that you see every day. That's why, in particular, the narcissists they go crazy. Why? Because the reason why they go crazy and unravel because they not focused on building their life. They not focused on their life. They always want to tell somebody, well, you need to be doing so and so. You need to be doing this. You trying to tell them to push them to be better, but what are you doing for yourself? And see, most of the time, like a prime example, you know, like how people, you know, what I mean, your haters be, your haters used to be like, yeah, man, I'm just checking you out, man. Like, yeah, man, I got my eyes on you. And guess what happens to them? They wind up falling off. Why? Because you are so focused trying to be in secret competition with me when at the same time I'm not even about that. See, the reason why most people have lost, the reason why, like a prime example, like remember the time I told y'all when a lot of dudes in my city they got wiped out, they got caught up in that wave. Most of them they always had their eyes on somebody else, and they lost sight of themselves. See, you always gotta have eyes on yourself. See, the minute you start putting your eye, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't watch your surroundings, but what I'm talking about is going about, I'm talking about being focused on yourself in your daily life. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being focused on your journey, being focused on your life, your journey, your goals, and your dreams, and not to get caught up into like somebody else's stuff or what you see on social media or what you see up on the TV. That's what I'm saying. Don't vicariously live your life through those of them or what you see up on the TV and what you see up on the gram, on Facebook, none of that. Why? Because a lot of them, oh, thank you, buddy, because a lot of them, they are living a facade. What they are living is not real. Why? Because I've been there and done that. Like when I used to go clubbing all the daggone time, I've seen that scenery. Everybody was trying to impress one another. And guess what? All of those people you trying to impress, they are no longer around. That's the funny thing. It was like, after I went through that party phase, I was like, yo, all that shit was a fucking facade. And I'm trying to fit into a lifestyle that's not even real. And guess what? B Miles lost sight of himself because for years I ran from myself. Because when you around those type of people, hey Jessica, when you around those type of people that always try to impress one another, you begin to lose sight of who you are and not impress yourself and work towards what you need to be fighting for, and that is your goals and your dreams. And it's like all that time I was running, you running away from goals and dreams from people that were temporary. Do not listen, do not run away. Do not run away from goals and dreams that is here to set you up forever, to downgrade yourself for temporary people. Don't downgrade your life and your goals and dreams that can catapult you forever for temporary people. Don't settle your life because those people are temporary. Like a prime example, like I know all of us might have been through that phase. We was out there around those people. We was running the streets or clubbing, partying. Some of us might have been gangbangers. Some of y'all might have been in the street or whatever. And it's like when you look back on it, all that shit was fucking fake and phony. You feel me? It's like, yo, like all of that time you were trying to impress those people. Guess what? They're not even around anymore. Most of them are either locked up or dead or dying, or you just don't even see them no more. Like I remember being in that scenery. I was impressive myself, but I was half assing Cause I was trying to fit in, but it was like when all of that shit was over, when all of that partying was over, all of those people were gone. I looked around, I'm like, yo, none of these motherfuckers around anymore. And I had to undo a mindset and behaviors because I got caught up in the world, caught up in the matrix. I lost sight of who I was. Then I started running from myself because I was so afraid of what others was going to think about me because I was always different. You feel me? It was like I had it in me, but I was afraid. So I wound up running because I was afraid what others thought about me way too much. I lost sight of myself. I'm being real with y'all. The reason why I'm talking to y'all about this because this is real. I'm coming at y'all with like many different perspectives. B Miles lost sight of himself. And it came to a time I stopped rapping because I ain't like the direction of hip hop, and I was hearing rap is a young man's game, and um, and it came to a time where I was still rapping, but it was like I was conflicted. Like, what should I do? Like, should I keep it going? Am I too old? You know what I mean? Like, and by me running from myself, I really felt like a failure. You know, it was for a while, like by me being so conflicted because for those years, I mean, being around in that scenery and around those kind of people in that energy, it left me really conflicted. I was in that 3D world of disruption and distraction and division. My mind was so divided. I want to do it, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what they're going to think. And it was like, I know I got it in me. I know I can be great, but I was just so afraid because the hatred that I was receiving on a daily basis was really, really hard. The hatred that, and that growing up in Baltimore, the hatred that I received in my city growing up, it was vicious. It was tough. Tell them, Jessica, growing up in our city, being great and being different, it can be really hard. Yo, growing up in this city, yo, whether you dwell in this, whether you will be, whether you a street dweller, when you dwell in the street or a street roamer like us, you know what I mean? It can be tough. Being great and being different in our city, it can be a tough task. And it had me for a while, man. Like I was just, thank you, Jessica. Yes, it is. They are full of judgmental people because I wanted to show intelligence and I wanted to talk this way, but I was always people wanted to clown me for that, and I'm looking like I'm just being me. I'm being different, and it's like this is who I am. I've always dressed this way. I mean the hatred because most people they didn't think I was from here. They thought I was from up top. And then I looked a certain way and I talked a certain way. So the hatred I used to get, I mean, it was so crazy. I used to get death threats all the time. In the street. On the job from niggas in the street. Real talk, yo. I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to come off like a clout chaser or sound like I'm one of them street niggas. Nah, I'm being real with y'all. I used to have niggas, no, niggas gonna kill you, yo. Niggas don't like you, yo. Niggas gonna see you, and I'm looking like, yo, what the fuck, yo? Are you serious? Like, literally. But see, over them years, all them niggas from then that I saw from the early 2000s that was in that lifestyle. And I've seen it on the club scene, I've seen it in the street, and let me tell you, it was nothing but one big fucking facade. Because why all of them niggas that was doing that shit, that was in that shit, in that facade, a part of the Matrix, guess what? They all been wiped out. And it was like I remember the time frame when I was up in the club and I was looking like, yo, why the fuck am I here? Why the fuck am I here? It's like, yo, I'm up in this club, seeing the same people, hearing the same music. You know what I mean? It's like art. Okay, it's like you go ahead, you get your hair cut, you get fresh, you pay money to get in the club, and it's like before you know it, you up in there having fun, and it's like you trying to. It's like yo, everybody in there was trying to impress each other. Let's just be fucking real. You don't go to the club just to impress yourself. You go to the club to impress somebody else. Let's be fucking real. They don't say dress to impress for nothing. So of course we all want to make a good impression, but the thing about it is you gotta be confident within yourself. You gotta be naturally confident in yourself, which means you still gotta be focused on who you are. You can still impress other people, but guess what? It's like you gotta really be focused on impressing your damn self and stop trying to impress everybody else. Why? Because you're not going to impress everybody. See, the minute you do that, you will always be in the prison of. You will always be in the prison if you always worried about what other people are thinking about you. And if you're trying to control what everybody is trying to think about you, you're going to lose control of yourself. That's why I say you got to fight for yourself and don't lose sight of yourself and stop trying to impress everybody and don't get caught up in the facade. That's why I said on the brighter day, into the right direction in your mind are behind bars, blind to a facade, and you fighting to find God. You see that? Because once you get caught up in the facade, you begin so divided and confused that you know what I mean, you caught up in the facade, you fighting to find God. It's like you don't know which way to go. You are confused and you are conflicted. That 3D world of being caught up out there in that world, it will have you so conflicted. Cause I seen me being in that world, what it did to me, it disrupted me, distracted me, and divided me. Cause I wanted to see what it was like. And come to find out, it was a fake world of toxicity. You out there, you around certain dudes, around certain girls, you out there clubbing, you might drink a little bit, this, that, and the third, go to parties. But it's like, yo, at the end of the day, you go home, the same little shit, you fucking broke, you got the same problems and all that. It's like all of that. It's like, yo, I still wake up like, yo, this shit is phony. You up there trying to talk game, run game to the girl, trying to holler at the girl or girls doing. It's like it's fucking phony. Me and the guy was talking about it. He was like, yo, all that shit, it don't mean nothing. It really didn't. Don't get me wrong, I had my fun partying, you know what I mean, seeing what it was like, but it was like after a while, it's like, yo, this shit is fucking fake. And I'm out there trying to be having fun, getting caught up in that life, but I lost sight. Exactly, y'all, finesse music page. And I got some good news for you. I'm gonna call you when I get off the phone. Yup, a simulation just like this different dimension. Yup. Damn, Jessica, that's crazy. That's right. You can't lose sight of who you are. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that you can't have fun while you in this world, but you can have fun not being of this world. You can still have fun in a positive way. You can still treat yourself to a restaurant, go to the movies, and do things. But there's certain things of the world. Like if I was to go out and have fun, I would go to a lounge and have a glass of wine or something. You know, something like that. But me turning up, partying, nah. I'm too old for that shit. From like 21 to 25, I really from like 21 to 25, I did it. I party hard for 4 years. Exactly right. It's like have fun, but know the mission you want. Exactly, my brother. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't keep it a balance. You can still do those things in your life that you want to do because even though you want to have fun, you still got to put in the work because once you put in the work, then you can have fun. But like I said, the main thing you got to stay on is the fight for yourself. Cause I can't even lie. I've been real hard on myself and adamant. You know what I mean? Cause I know the kind of greater things that I want to be doing. You know what I mean? Cause like I've been working part time, and it's like I've been looking to get something full time because like I need to be. monetarily doing something else. I'm working on getting my channel back monetized again, but like I said, I just know what I can be doing. You feel me? Because it's like I know where I need to be in my life. I'm fighting for myself. You know, yeah. It's like you really gotta stay focused on who you are and what you need to be doing, and you gotta keep traction. You gotta, right? It's like, look, you gotta take action so you can keep traction. Look at that. That's another rhyme. That's another quote. You gotta take action so you can keep traction. You gotta take the action so you can keep traction. You gotta stay focused on who you are and not get caught up in this world. Yo, see how I'm putting that together? Do not get caught up in this world. Yeah, Jessica, I feel you. Yeah. I don't have any friends that are spiritual like us in Baltimore either. Yeah, it's real hard. Yeah. Yes. You gotta take action so you can keep traction. And your problems you can solve like a fraction. See how I'm rhyming? You gotta take action so you can keep traction, and your problems you can solve like a fraction. See how I'm making up bars right there? You feel me? That's, yeah, you gotta stay on the goal and the journey. You gotta stay focused on your goals and your journey in your life and not get caught up. Yes, leave the matrix behind. I know, like, we on social media and stuff like that. We gonna see certain things. We could take it as motivation, but you also gotta look at it as like, don't get so caught up into looking at someone else's life. Just because you may see them traveling the world or they go in those places, some of them might have really worked hard to get there. Some of them might be financed to get there or somehow other way. Like I said, you don't know what they did. Yeah, it's like you don't know what they did to take for them to get there. You feel me? So like I said, so you gotta focus on your goals and your journey in your life, and you gotta stay focused on the task at hand. Right? Yeah. Fuck the Matrix. Yeah, it's a joke. Exactly, Jessica. Right. Yeah. You really gotta stay focused on what is necessary in your life. Just like I'm focusing more on my health. I'm going to be drinking more and more water again, going back on my vitamins and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Like, I'm pretty much in the process of like revamping things. You know what I mean? I've been revamping my mind. You know what I'm saying? I've been revamping. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, revamping. You know what I mean? My financial situation. I'm going to be revamping my wardrobe. I'm going to be having on different shit. You feel me? I'm going to be, like I said, man. Yeah. It's that type of season that we're going to be in. You feel me? The season, the reason why I'm coming to you, right, in the piece, yup. The reason why I'm saying it because the season that we're going to be going into is really going to require, it's really going to require you for you to fight for yourself and to remain focused. Remain focused and fight for yourself, and don't lose sight of yourself. Don't worry about what others are doing. Don't worry about what they're thinking about you. Why? Because what they're thinking about you is not going to pay your bills. At the end of the damn day, when you go home, they ain't going home with you. These people ain't going home with you. But the thing is, they want to live rent free in your mind with the negative thoughts that they put in you. You know what I'm saying? Don't go home to allow somebody to live rent free in your mind. That's deep. Do not go home to allow somebody to live rent free in your mind. Work hard to keep those negative thoughts out of your mind. Yeah, cause I really feel the shift like it's like a great breakthrough is coming. Like a great financial breakthrough is on the way for us. Like a great financial breakthrough. That's what something telling me. Like great financial breakthrough is really going to come through. You feel me? Because we are really going to be in a time frame where it's going to require a lot of focus on yourself, which means at this time, if you got to be selfish with your time, If you got to be selfish with your time, then you're going to have to limit that, right? Why? Because if you focusing on yourself, you're going to have to disappear for a while. Right, you feel me? You're going to have to disappear for a while. So, which means you got to focus on yourself, which means you got to be locked into what you want to be doing. That's right. Yeah, thank you, John. Yeah, for this music page. Yeah, just imagine a life. Yup, exactly. You feel me? It's that time frame. It is about that time because, like, I really feel it's going to be an energy shift even more for like financial break. Yeah, that's what I feel. Africa so I feel like everything has shifted. What I mean? I feel like everything has shifted to where like financial breakthrough is going to be coming for a lot of us, if not all of us on this stream. Like I feel it like great financial breakthrough is coming. And see what it's going to do for you is it's going to help catapult you to get a head start in 2024. So that's why I'm saying right now, got you, bro. Appreciate it. Yep, that's why I say you got to focus on yourself because the energy that is going to be coming through next week is really going to shift and catapult you for the next 2 weeks to get you ready and set up. What I mean, for a great January going into the first of the year, because the first of the year the energy is going to be really great to where everything has shifted for us. Everything has shifted. See how I'm tying everything together? Yeah, man. Because the reason why, yep, so many wow, Jessica, the human resonance shows major shifts in DNA blueprints of Greece, especially recently. Wow, that's what's going on. Like I feel like financial breakthrough is coming real soon. Like I feel like it's right around the corner. Like going into like next week. Hey, take a tube. It's going. I feel like going to next week. We're going to start seeing them. People, it's like we are going to start seeing great financial breakthrough. December 11, 12 was supported was a gateway. Oh, right, exactly. Right, exactly. How can I forget? Yeah, yeah, Jessica. Right. You feel me? Like that's what I'm saying. Cause I had a breakthrough back in June 6 months ago, and now it's 6 months later. It's like I feel it like breakthrough is coming like really soon, like right around the corner, like next week. You're going to start seeing it come through like next week. For like the next 2 weeks, you're going to start seeing it. And what that's going to do, it's going to help you out financially to catapult you to where you got a head start. Hey, Classic Creole, it's going to help you with your finances. And to where it's going to like, once you got that in order, then, what I mean, it's going to help you, what I'm saying, with your financial situation. So while you're working, it's going to help you out even more. So that means you're going to have a financial breakthrough that's going to help you out, what I'm saying, while you're working. So that means you're going to have a head start to where you can invest your money into the projects, into the goals and the dreams that you really want to be doing. So that's why I'm saying with the energy that is like coming in next week, it's going to come through even hard next week. You're going to really feel it and see it like I'm feeling it right now. You're going to really start to see it come through like next week, and for like the next 2 weeks, it's going to be big. Hey, Marie Reader, you know, like 2024, like I'm going to say like starting like going into this weekend and going into like next week, you're really going to be feeling the shift even more. African Soul Star said a lot of cosmic energy coming through till the April 20 till the April 2024 eclipse. Wow. Wow, Jessica. Matter of fact, I'm about to look up what I mean? Yeah. Oh wow. I just read what my horoscope is for December and stuff like that. Like yo, like the energy that we gonna feel through next week is definitely gonna be yo, it's gonna be, I'm looking at it from the 18th through the 24th. You feel me? And mm-hmm. Hey Aries Williams. Wow, Aries. Hmm. Yep, so the reason why I say, you gotta fight for yourself and don't lose sight of yourself, because it is a necessary thing, because I've seen many people, fall off in life, by them being so caught up. I've seen so many guys, man, that said, they've always said they got the eyes on me and stuff like that. Guess what? Either they locked up or dead. And I'm telling you, man, and I look back on it and I'm looking like, you know what? They were not focused on who they were not focused on who they was. They was out there trying to show and prove to something in to people who really don't give a damn about them anyway. They got caught up in they got caught up in, what I mean, not having to fight for themselves. You can't get so caught up in, trying to prove something that is a facade, because it's fake. How are you going to be showing and proving something, to somebody who doesn't even give a damn about you? No way. It's like, for what? I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, you got to stay true to yourself. That's the main thing, and the main goal is to stay true to yourself, because many people that's going to come across you on your path, they're going to hate you because you were being true to yourself. People that are in chaos are not being true to themselves. People that want to have order, they are being true to themselves. You can't be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really got to maintain, like, yeah, man, it's like you really got to maintain and stay focused on the task at hand, and that's what you want to be doing as far as like in your life. Because at the end of the day, man, it's really important, that you stay focused in life. And here's another thing, man, like, don't get so caught up in people be like, man, why you always going home at that time? Or, I mean, you leaving work and they be like, when I mean, some people be like, you ain't doing nothing when you go uptown. Guess what? It's none of their damn business. None of their damn business what you do when you go home. Why? Because at the end of the day, they not going home with you. So what's the motherfucking purpose of even worried about, what I'm saying, what they thinking that you doing when you go home? Okay, if you go home and do nothing, okay, you do nothing. It's nobody business. It's nobody business what you go home. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Right. Too damn nosy. It's nobody business what you doing when you go home. When you go uptown to your home or out in the county or whatever the case may be, it's none of their damn business, right? Why? Because what you doing, it ain't gonna help them make them shit. What you eat ain't gonna make them shit. It ain't gonna make them shit, but guess what? It's gonna make you something. You feel me? I've seen it, yo. I've seen it when people trying to be so focused on me, the minute that I break away from it and I want to do my own thing, that's when all of a sudden, yo, it's like they wind up, what I mean, unraveling, right? Why? Because they lost focus in they self. You so worried about trying to tell somebody else what they need to be doing, guess what? You wind up losing focus. You cannot lose focus. You cannot try to control somebody else and you trying to control your own damn life. How are you going to control and build on yourself when you trying to control somebody else? You worried about somebody else but not your damn self. That's asinine. That is fucking asinine to be always critiquing somebody else and worried about somebody else. You can't. You got to learn to focus on yourself. That's why the narcissists in the end they self-destruct. Why? Because they not focused on they self. Got you, Jessica. I'm all with it. You feel me? Like people got to learn. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like yo, I got like Once I get on my once I really get on my feet to where I need to be, yo, the ideas that I'm going to invest in to really bring into y'all, it's going to be beyond amazing. Seriously, yo, seriously, because I mean I just been in like financial struggle. You know what I mean? Just paying bills and only working part time has been a tough time. But guess what? I'm coming out of that. I'm coming out of that struggle. You feel me? So guess what? B Miles is coming out of that, and guess what? It's going to be other things that I'm going to bring. You know what I mean to the table. That's really going to man. Let me tell you, man. But see, the problem is with so many people, man. I've seen it with my own eyes, yo. Like how people can just really lose sight of themselves. I mean, seriously, yo. Seriously, yo. When people lose sight of themselves, yo, let me tell you, man, you will literally see them unravel. Literally. And that's why, yep, and that's why I always, yep, and that's why I always say, man, if a person cannot focus on themselves, then they pretty much done. Seriously. If they can't focus on themselves, then they are pretty much done. Seriously, yo. If you can't focus on yourself, yo, you are pretty much done. Seriously, yo. And from what I see from a lot of people, they not, people, so many people are afraid, to like really, invest in themselves. See, when you focus on yourself, man, see, when you really focus on yourself, you really begin to like invest in yourself. And that's the main thing that you got to do for real is that you got to learn, to like invest in yourself. Yeah, seriously. You can't be afraid, yo. You can't be afraid to like really, what I'm saying, like invest in yourself. So many people, man, they are too afraid, what I mean, to like really go out there and just, what I mean, really stay focused on who they are. That's the main thing that you gotta do. You really gotta stay true to yourself and not get caught up in other people's opinions. You really can't get caught up in none of that crap. Yeah, you really gotta. Yeah, you hate Seven House Jazz no, but yes, you really gotta stay in your own lane. See, when you stay in your own lane and you stay focused, the rewards, man, you really gonna start to take notice. See, the rewards are going to come. Just like even though I might have been, having my struggles financially, you know what I'm saying, I still, behind the scenes is doing other great things like how I showed y'all, on the Jadakiss challenge, the many things that I've been doing because, just by, y'all telling me to get back to rapping and me not listening to other people's opinions of people telling me that I'm too old to rap or I shouldn't be rapping and stuff. Guess what? I've been having, some daggone great results right here. You feel me? But see, I listen to great advice. And by y'all telling me that, y'all literally helped me to stop running for myself so I can get back to rapping. And, ever since I've been doing that, I mean, it's been really, even though at times my life has been, this shit hasn't been in the greatest parts because the financial struggle, but I still been making the best of it because I told myself I'm not going to lose sight of myself. It just made me, much more hungrier. Yeah, staying in your lane. All right, got you, Jessica. Staying in your lane, it really does pisses them off. It's going to piss them off, but guess what? Like I said before, with duality, when you living out your dreams, you were giving them nightmares. You in order, they living in chaos. Oh, thank you, y'all, finesse on music page. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, I've been getting, back great reviews, and like I said, once everything works out, once my finances get back in order, I'm going to have more music coming for y'all. And I'm talking about fire. You feel me? But like I was saying, man, like I'm just so glad that I really took the time to like really stay focused on B Miles because if I would have, if I had not done that for real, then I wouldn't be in that kind of position. Just like when I just saw, the Jadakiss challenge, I told myself, why not just go ahead and submit my music and all of that stuff? You feel me? And the funny thing about it was like, yo, I didn't even know. Yo, the crazy thing about it was, yo, I didn't even know that, great A&Rs is out there bumping to my shit, and I'm looking like, yo, are you serious? Yo, I mean, here's the crazy thing about it. I just submitted my music, and I ain't think nothing of it. I just kept on living my life, kept working, living my life, and then I started to get emails back in ever since February. I mean, literally, man. I didn't even. I was just happy to put it out there. Yo, let me show you all the emails I've been receiving since I've submitted to the. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. Let me show you how real this is. I'm gonna show y'all the emails. See that? This has been all year since I've been getting emails. See that? Come on. You see that? Oh yeah, Boss Man tight. Yeah, I like Boss Man. Yeah, shout out to him. You feel me? You see all them emails? Come on, yo. That's been all year long. And then look at this. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I like Boss Man. I wouldn't mind doing something with him. Yo, look at that. Look at what your man be challenge. 32 A&Rs listen to my music. 100 plus stream, 3 deals won. 8 to 10 labels interested. 3, look at that. 5 was nominated. 100 plus. Look at that. That's what I did this year in the Jadakiss challenge. Oh yeah, Bossman definitely tight. You see that classy Creole? Come on. Come on. When you stay focused on yourself, you get those kind of results, yo. I mean, I'm really proud of that, yo. Yo, since I submitted my music, yo, to the Jadakiss challenge, man, like it's it's been very rewarding, and I really gotta say, and yep, it's that's why I say, man, I'm glad that y'all told B Miles, to get back to rapping, because I really gotta say, like, what it's been doing for me, it is really keeping me afloat, and it's also really keeping me focused, and it's really keeping me focused on something, and it's really keeping me, what I mean, it's really keeping me grounded and focused in something to live for. So that's why I've been telling y'all for like the last couple of months, man. Thank you for telling me to get back to rapping, because ever since I've been doing that, man. It's really been keeping me focused. It's really been keeping me, man, like really energetic. It's been really keeping me grounded. It's been, yeah, yo. It's really keeping me, man, like grounded. It's keeping me grounded, keeping me focused. It's keeping me happy. It's feeding my soul. Because by y'all telling me to get back to rapping and I mean listening to y'all, it helped me to stop running from myself. It helped me to stay focused on myself. To really stay focused and to really think of like concepts. Really think of like songs that's gonna get you through the day, man. You feel me? Songs that's gonna be real. Yo, do y'all want me to read an article that I wrote, man? That the matter of fact, not I wrote, that they wrote. Do y'all want to hear a little bit? You know what I'm saying, of an article that they wrote on one of my songs? Yo, I sent the song and they, yeah, yo, like, yo, this is what they wrote, yo. My bad for the cracked screen. See that? Look at that. The raw, rivet, and realism of B Mouse the World embraces raw and gritty storytelling. B Mouse the Wordsmith, hailing from Baltimore City, is the embodiment of all things ability to paint vivid pictures with his words and transports listeners to the streets of his hometown. Relevance. B Miles the Wordsmith single taps into the underbelly of Baltimore City, a metropolis known for its harsh realities. With unflinching honesty, he delves into the depths of poverty, crime, and survival. The lyrics capture the essence of street life, offering an unfiltered glimpse into a world that many may never experience firsthand. In the era where music often evades the real struggle faced by communities, B. Monster Wordsmith fearlessly confronts them. Oh wow, just got a message from him. Okay, they said lyrics and things. Yeah, y'all. They said the lyrics of B. Miles the Wordsmith single are poetic, tapestry woven with profound imagery and wordplay. He effortlessly navigates the complexities of street life, offering vivid descriptions of the environment he grew up in, from wild killers and gorillas to moving tautly. You feel me? His word choice and delivery create a palpable tension that lingers throughout the track. And yo, as a matter of fact, that's thank you, Jessica. Matter of fact, that song is called "Be More State of Mind." Yo, y'all want to hear snippet of it? Y'all want to hear snippet of "Be More State of Mind"? That's the article. That's the song called "Be More State of Mind." Hey, Frank Baldwin, y'all want to hear that? It's a snippet. Say the track "Be More State of Mind," the 410. Let me take it to be more city. The 410. Be more state of mind. Yo, wild corners and dark streets, farm people on the concrete. They love the palm, he on reach on these hard streets. Wild killers and gorillas fighting for skrilla like the thriller in vanilla gets iller with blood streets. Move retardedly, you gone like a robbery. Harder than the velocity, you pop like your arteries. Mean muggers, raised by fiend mothers. On the murder scene between, turn the street dream lovers. Ratchets to the casket, in the streets they savage. She's the sagging, clap P for wagging. It's like a dragon, and the breeze for passion. Way the streets reacting, can't be seen the casket. How the the matches and when you try to dispatch it. Savage beyond tragic, grab it, stick and smack it. Grab it, dash it for the casket. Clapping this attacking for the ratchet, burying the hatchet. Left scattered for bullets so asthmatic. It gets mad drastic, gas bigger than Jurassic. Killer crews and criminals pushing them high minerals. So second thoughts are killing you and then you fuck subliminal. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's real life up on the streets, so take no pity, yo. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's live than the wire, yo, this ain't no video. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's real life up on the streets, we take no pity, yo. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's live than the wire, yo, this ain't no video. Animalistic individuals, moving with the principles, killing you in the ritual. Chill is iller than the wire, blocks down the spires, out of the fire with desire, so they famous like a choir. The lava, you gotta rally Magava. The choppers and the coppers and knockers watch you wanna lock us. Quick the drivers moving iller than the mafia. Shot it to the body, I'm robbing up from robbing you. As you walk in these blocks, harder than sheetrock. Detox from guns big and harder than Pete Rock. These knock your feet rock. Rise so we spot, ringside, or brains pumping up like a Reebok. Crazy baby mamas, they loving to bring the drama. It's more like marijuana, no honor, but harder than piranha. Moving like Mindu, sharper than the pencil and the mental and the physical. For the cash you pinch. They mad sinful, fuck you, then they rid of you, belittling you and getting you. Killers getting rid of you. Principle to stay invisible, get not invisible. Chicks will put the clip in you, pop you like an interview. On to the cool like Dog 4, raw for sure, robbing yours, and they robbing stores, raw for sure. You don't know the art of war, so don't you start a war. A bunch of carnivores to these main streets of Baltimore. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's real life up on the streets, so take no pity, yo. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's live than the wire, yo. The single video, Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's real life up on the streets, we take no pity, yo. Baltimore City, yo, scribing get gritty, yo. It's live than the wire, yo. The single video. I just let y'all hear the whole track to Be More State of Mind. I'm glad that y'all loving that. I appreciate them comments, all the fires, the hearts and stuff. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yep. Do I got it on YouTube? Not yet, but would y'all like to see a video for that? How would y'all like to see? Y'all like to see a music video for that track? Be More State of Mind? Would y'all like to see a how would y'all like to see a music video for that one? Think you are interested, Abbott. Y'all would like to see a music video for that track? All right, okay, cool. So that's definitely cool. All right, okay, cool. Bet. So I'm definitely, yep. That's, you know what? That's going to be one of the next singles. Yep, that's going to be that. Yep. So that was a snippet. You feel me? Of the track "Be More State of Mind," the 410. You feel me? Oh, Kurama, really? Your father said it was fire? Y'all for this music page said run it back. Yo, oh, for real, y'all want me to run that back? Oh, all right, okay, bet. I got a question. Do y'all want to hear another single pertaining to the city of Baltimore? Do y'all want me to run back? I got a question, right? All right, I know y'all want a video, right, for that. That's going to be another single. Now, I got a question, right? Do y'all want me to run this back? Or do you want me to play another single? Because I'm telling you with the shit that I got coming in 2020. All right, okay. All right. Y'all want me to play Be More State of Mind first or the new single? All right, bet. All right, how about this? I'm going to play the other single first. Then I'm going to run back Be More State of Mind for y'all. And this song right here is called. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. Here's the other single. Hold up. Uh-oh, hold up. Y'all ready for that?
The blues up in the city, it makes me wanna holler. Running in the street trying to make the next dollar. Trying to
Beats
maintain
produced
the
by
brain just like
Chromatic.
a scholar. Devils in the streets make it hard to pop my collar.
In the city blues, it can really take your heart away. Have you crossed up looking stupid lights up hard away? In these modern days on this court, you can stop and pray. In the city blues, y'all be more crazy than Marvin Gaye. Up in the hardest way, living hell in green vein. Lighters feeling cursed in vain, like McCain is hurting veins. They want to purge your name, in the streets they murder for fame. Murk your name, pointing first to blame in the murder game. The city's heartless, people walking the soulless. Heartbeat of fearless, the mind state is the coldest. It really hurts to witness. The city curses vicious. How they live so riches, they get left with the ditches. Robbers, killers, gorillas, they burning bridges. But certain stitches on everybody because they worse than bitches. Love on the chessboard, daily making many moves. Probably city moves, just the any city blues. Up in the city, it makes me wanna holler. Fighting in the street, trying to make the next dollar. Trying to maintain it, the brain just like a scholar. Devils in the streets makes it hard to pop my collar. Blues in the city, it makes me wanna holler. Fighting in the street, trying to make the next dollar. Trying to maintain the brain just like a scholar. Devils in the streets makes it hard to pop my collar. Hell of fire in the wire. City gets on the crash course. Juvenile secluded file, running from the task force. On these dark streets, crooked cops, they salty. Looking for a booking like Officer McNulty. Same but the opposite. From streets to politics, all over the metropolis. Hitting harder the populace. Life is a hard tale. Daddy looking soft and frail. In and out the border jail. Swipe, make the Barksdale. She's got a heart for fast as Monte Carlo. Hit you with the grippers like Snoop, Chris, and Marlo. Bringing them heat as well, like Grim Reapers from hell. Then they get the flipping the stitches, just like the trigger bell. Dark streets is out, your block, so now we out, yo. Family turning on you just like cheese to pop, yo. Really ain't have the blocks, even when the cars coming. In and out of traffic, off gunning when the law coming. 12 o'clock and then he got the pause clutching. They coming hella hard like it's old Mark coming. The inner city blues for murders and click balls and pitfalls. Trying to be king, just like the Slim Shorts. Turning the coolies, saying interrogation like they Jordis. He get blocks down, caught like Bodie.
What the streets say, better kick it like it's East Bay. Up in this relay, killers more wicked than we bang.
Blues up in the city, it makes me wanna holler. Fighting in the street, trying to make the next dollar. Trying to maintain it, the brain just like a scholar. Devils in the streets makes it hard to pop my collar.
Blues in the city, it makes me wanna holler. Fighting in the street, trying to make the next dollar. Trying to maintain it, the brain just like a scholar. Devils in the streets makes it hard to pop my collar.
So cloud go for Baltimore City gets traumatized. Average every year over 300 homicides. It lost its soul in every way in the heavyweight. It changed hasn't been the same since Freddie Gray. Crime at the spine is running rampant in city slayers. People send the many prayers, but there's too many mayors. The politicians and senators are the fakers. Robbers on the hoods that circulate clay Davis. Living nutty, lifestyles beyond cruddy. They getting bloody now trying to leave the game like Cuddy. Different way it operates, so we should got the move on. Mean killers got suits on, they rubber boots on. Youngest in the streets trying to find solace. Now the street wallets are dead and gone like Wallace. Gentrification on properties, rich bought them up. Walk down the blocks, man, properties all boarded up. Junkies on the corner, nodding in the huddle. And like it's zombie land and they getting high in bubbles. Fiends never off the fan, looking like they hearts are red. Nodding off in quarters and he looking like the Walking Dead.
Oh boy. Yup. But what I'm gonna do for that song, I'm gonna have it to fade it out at the end. But what y'all think of that song, Inner City Blues, The Wire? I got a question. Do y'all want that to be another single with a video? She said that it's just on fire. They did be looking like The Walking Dead in New York. Love the instrumentals in the background. Thanks. Appreciate it, Rakuramo. It's fire. Thank you, Classy Creole. Go in the hood, shoot a video, bet. So y'all want those to be the next two singles with the videos? Be More State of Mind and Inner City Blues, The Wire. Okay. Okay. Those are just two of the next singles. Those are going to be two of the next singles. Because y'all heard them and now y'all want the video for it. So now I'm really going to give it to y'all. Yep. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yep. Y'all love them Be More State of Mind and Inner City Blues The Why. I'm glad y'all love those two tracks. Yep. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the back to the studio and I'm gonna just tighten them tracks up a little bit. Just tighten them up a little bit in certain spots, and then I'm gonna shoot the videos for them. Cause like I said, I got I'm gonna come to y'all with some bangers. I'm gonna come with some bangers, cause I'm glad that y'all loving the fire. Right, y'all finesse exactly. Yo, just imagine. Thinking classy Creole, your level is on 10,000 rapping. Yeah, exactly. Yup. Like when I get in that booth, I get in that zone. You feel me? I literally gets in the zone. You feel me? Like I get the writing. You feel me? It's like I write at home and then I go to the studio and I just got the songs memorized and I just really, bust my ass, when I'm up in the studio and stuff like that, And like I said, yep, so y'all already um know what the next two singles are gonna be, but y'all not gonna know what they're gonna drop. But just know they right around the corner. Those two singles are gonna be right around the corner and with the other singles I'm looking at right about now, yo, with the other shit that I'm gonna be bringing to y'all, if y'all only have any idea, mm-mm-mm. Oh my gosh, with the next, with the put it like this, the next 4 to 5 bangers are going to be fucking amazing. Thank you, Classy Creole. That's right, They said that ish, that's some ish I will rock, I will rock like to, if I had a system in my car. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you feel me, Marie Riddick? I feel you on that. Like, with the shit I'm going to be coming with in 2024, it's going to be amazing, yo. Like I'm already literally, like ahead of the game. I'm already like literally ahead of the curve, and with the shit that I'm talking about, with the shit that I'm looking at right now, and with the beats that I'm looking at is not even going to be fair for dudes out here. But I don't give a shit, cause like with the beats and with the beats I'm looking at right now that I got, and the concepts and the songs I'm going to be finishing. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I've already got the EP. You feel me? I got enough songs for EP. I just gotta like tighten up on a couple things. Just tighten up on a couple things. But I'm glad that y'all was able to hear both of those tracks. Be More State of Mind and Inner City Blues The Wire. Cause y'all heard some real raw, be more shit for real. You feel me? And I wanna have the hook to Inner City Blues The Wire one more time and then let it fade out a certain way. You feel me? So I know how it's gonna be. A lot of music saved. Oh yeah, y'all for this music page. I'm telling you, bro, like, don't be afraid to go and drop that music. And I'm gonna tell you, man, like, if they gonna be having like opportunities, something like a Jadakiss challenge, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to get involved into it. But I will say, look into it first. Yeah, you know what I mean? Nah, that's some real Baltimore stuff. Oh yeah. Bet so like I said, I already know what the next 5 singles are gonna be. You already know what the next two gonna be for you feel me? And just you know what I mean, with the next couple ones I'm gonna bring, it's gonna be yo. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my gosh, like it's mm-mm-mm. I'm telling you, man, like ever since I got involved, with this Jadakiss challenge, man, it has really kept me focused on my music and my goals. You feel me? Cause like I said, I'm going to be working more on my image. Like I said, I'm going to be, you know what I mean? Like I said, like really on my healthy stuff. I'm going to be clearing up more of my health. I've been getting better. Yeah, got you, y'all, for this music page. Like I said, man, like ever since I got involved in the Jadakiss challenge, man, it has really changed my life, man. To really see that, like, my music is making a difference, man. To read that, to read that kind of article right there from a man, like, I mean, it's really amazing, yo, to really have, you know what I mean, those kind of like articles written, man, for like, you know what I mean, like, yeah, they even wrote one that I did for A Brighter Day, man, like the track that I did, A Brighter Day. They did an article on that stuff, man, and I'm just really, you know what I mean, yeah, yo, we gotta hit the studio. Like I said, I'm ready to hit the studio. Like I said, sometime real soon because the shit that I'm ready to bring. That's why, you know what I mean, I've been really praying so I can, get the like right gig that I want that's going to pay the right amount of money for real because I can take care of bills and I can finance, those projects, you know what I'm saying? And, have another many different ways of like, what I mean, bringing in finance so I can do that. You feel me? You got to come to Baltimore soon. Got you, bro. Platinum Abilities, my brother. Yeah, thank you, Frank Baldwin. I appreciate it, man. Because they rated one of my tracks platinum, man. And yeah, man, like ever since I've been sending them my music, man, like the articles, like I've been seeing, and even by me being on those Zoom meetings and stuff, man, they really give me my props and stuff, man. Like they really give me my props. Like they gave one of my songs, man. Yeah, they gave Just Imagine a Life one time 85%, Seriously, man. Like I've been looking at this thing, man. Like I've been getting results, I've been getting results and stuff like that, man. And I just been, what I mean, seeing, what it's been doing for me. It's been really helping me to like, to become a better artist, man. It's like, what I mean, this journey, you feel what I mean? It has really helped me, man, because by y'all telling me to get back to rapping and I got involved in the Jadakiss challenge, man, like it has really kept me focused, man. And I really thank y'all for that, man, because this goes right along with the topic, man. Fight for yourself, man, because even though I was on here talking to y'all regularly, but y'all was telling me you sound like a rapper, man. You need to jump in that booth. And ever since I did it, it made those singles and I got involved in the Jadakiss challenge. It has been life changing. It really has, man. It has really showed me about being the artist in the brand because the record labels, they are not, and it's like this, right? They are more so looking for like artists that are already ready. How much my studio time? They charge 50 an hour. Right, because I'll say, like, if you come to studio with me and I got the finances, I'm not going to charge you anything, You feel what I mean? And it's like, yeah, man, it has really helped me to, like, really understand, more so about dealing with the business. They already, it's like, you got to be already developed because they're not looking for, like, artist development. And every time I be on those Zoom meetings, I learned a lot from those A&Rs. Like, literally, man, like, I've been on so many Zoom meetings, man. As a matter of fact, yo, this was after I submitted my music. I ain't think nothing of it, but I started getting emails like this. Look, just to show y'all evidence that I've been putting in work, yo. And like I said, by y'all telling me to get back to rapping, it is, and I got involved in this, it has got me so focused. Yeah, that's right, Jessica. You right. That's real talk. Yeah, Yeah, you feel me, y'all, for this music page? Exactly, yo. Like this Jadakiss challenge, man, it's really put me on, it's really got me on my shit. It has gotten me so focused and so hungry, yo. I mean, I've been on Zoom meetings, man, and when I look up these people, they are all really legit. And see, that goes to really show you right there, man, that this is a testament, man, like, what I mean, to like the time frame that I'm in. I mean, time frame that I'm in, and even also just, not caring about what people got to say or think, and just staying focused. really staying focused, man. Really, going ahead, man, and just, staying focused, man, and just really staying dedicated and staying focused, man, and just staying up on them Zoom meetings all the time, man, to the point where they know who I am when I come up on them Zoom meetings. Cause I'm on there all the time. Like I really got to say, like this Jadakiss challenge has changed my life for the better and for greater things, man. Like I really have been seeing how this thing has been changing my life. It has got me really hungry and focused, yo. That's why I say when you fight for yourself and don't lose sight of yourself, greater things are greater things are yet to come to you. And they are gonna come to you. And see the problem is with people, man, is that they are too lazy to focus on themselves because being too great is hard for certain people. Certain people they don't want to tap into greatness. Certain people they want to focus on somebody else's greatness, but they don't want to focus on their own. And see, all the while they focusing on somebody else, that other person they are already having greatness. And the reason why they want to stop your greatness, and the thing is, they wind up losing out on greatness because on their own greatness because they want to overshadow somebody else's greatness. How can you you gotta you actually gotta be like matter of fact, what I can do is I'll call you when I get off the phone. Yeah, for next music page, I will call you when I get off the phone because I'll discuss that with you. You know what I'm saying, on a one-on-one basis. But I really got to say, man, like yo. And here's the crazy thing since I got involved into it. I've seen people all different ages. I seen a woman on there like in her 50s still singing. I seen the older white guy maybe in the 60s or 70s still doing his music. An older white guy in his 60s or 70s still doing his music. Literally, people older than me. I've seen so many rappers my age rapping on there. I'm on there so much they know who the fuck I am. The minute I come on there, B Miles, what's going on? Our unofficial A&R, what's going on? That's how much I'm on there. They know who I am and they respect me. That's no bullshit. Sister Iman, she heard me on the meetings. Tell her, I'll be on the phone and she'll be hearing me while I'm on the Zoom meeting. Real talk. Right, thank you. It never gets old, yo. It's incredible. I learned so much from these people. I was on there, I submitted my music, and I was like, all right, okay, I submitted my music. But they was like, look, we want you. But it's like, look, we want to see you guys win. It's like, just because you submitted once, that don't mean you got to stop. They tell us we want you guys to take the information, come back to the, you know what I mean, go to the studio and come back and submit your music again. Take the information, get greater and better. They tell us all the time, we want to see you guys win. I showed y'all the email and I showed y'all my result to show y'all I'm not bullshitting. This has been a great thing for me. Because even though they're not critiquing me on the stream and I'm also critiquing, I take the critique myself. Like, you know what? The next time when I go back in the studio, I'm going to be even greater, even better. And I practice. Sister Iman Gudan, she heard me on those meetings. And she heard them when they called my name. They know my name on there. Because I'm always on it. I'm dedicated. And I really got to say, yo, like, this Jadakiss challenge, man, has really, really, really changed my life, man. For the better. It has really helped me to grow into a better artist. Yo, that's really real, yo. Like it is really made me into a greater artist and really seeing, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm serious, man. Like I can't, serious, man. Like from the bottom of my heart, yo, it has really been a life changing thing for me, yo. For real, man. Like I can't thank y'all enough for telling me to get back to rapping because ever since, man, like I've gotten into this challenge, yo. It is really, really, man. It's really life changing, yo. I'm so grateful, yo. That for real, yo. Like I really want y'all to know, man, that it is really been a life changing great thing for a brother, yo. Seriously, man, like it's seriously, yo. It has been a life changing thing, yo. Yeah, yo, like it's been seriously, yo. Like this whole thing has been really a life changing and an amazing thing, and it's really, really been taking me very far. I mean, seriously, man, like it's seriously, man, like I can't for real, man. It's been so great, man. It's been such a great and amazing thing, yo. Of the things that I've been seeing and I've been witnessing and going through, yo, of like being a part of this thing, man. I'm seriously, yo, like this has been a very great and life changing thing, yo. Like I can't say enough, yo. For real, man. Like I'm really, 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 really glad, yo, that I got involved into this thing, man. And yeah, yo, it's for real, man. It's just been a great thing for me, man. It has really, opened my eyes, to a lot of great things and a lot of stuff, yo. It has really transformed me. And ever since I've, been going back into my music, man, it's been a very fruitful and a very great thing. It is, like I said, helped me out. It keeps me focused and balanced. That's what it's doing for me. It keeps me really, really focused and balanced, and it really keeps me going. It really does. It really keeps me going, and it really keeps me just like, yo, man, it's really amazing. It has really kept me focused to way of like not losing, sight of myself, to like really keep, keep my eyes on the prize, stay focused, stay humble, stay focused, and just keep on, man. Just keep on building, because had I listened to other people, man, of what they had to say or think, then I who knows where I would be right now, you know, who knows where I would be right about now, and I really got to say, man, it's been very fruitful, and I can't wait to bring out the next singles. For real, man, I cannot wait to bring out these next singles, man. It's gonna be. amazing, you know. And what I've seen from many people, man, that too many people they don't want to they don't want to focus on their greatness. You know, that's the thing that I'm saying about fight for yourself, man. Don't be afraid to go after your greatness and be focused on your greatness, man, because it's going to be many people that don't want to see you unfold and unlock your greatness. You know, but see, that's their problem. See, their problem is, you know, they are just too afraid. You know, they are too afraid to even, you know, look themselves in the eye, look themselves in the mirror to even just, you know what I mean? That, yo, it's just crazy, man. Like they can't. It's like them focusing on themselves, man. It's like pulling teeth. You know, it's you know they you know other people, man. They just don't know how to focus on themselves. You know, it's too hard for them. You know, it's too hard for certain people to focus on themselves. Why? Because they always need to be, you know, it's like they always need to be telling somebody else what they need to be doing, but it's never, you know, it's never what they need to be doing for themselves. But see, as long as you focus on the, long as you focus on the course and the task at hand on what you're doing, and you're not even worried about that, man, and you really out there, man, you really out there fighting for yourself. I'm telling you, man, like as long as you fighting for yourself, there's no way that you can lose. As long as you have your eyes, as long as you have your eyes, as long as you got your eyesight really focused on yourself, there's no way you can lose. You cannot lose the fight for yourself as long as you got sight on yourself. And that, you know what I mean, that means, you know, that's going to require you, man, on a daily basis, man, you know, 100% focus, man, because like I said, I remember the time frame, you know, but I was locked in. You feel me? You know, I'm talking about really being locked in for like 6 to 9 months, man, of just like consistent focus on something that you want to be doing on a daily basis, and then something what you're going to be doing on the daily basis, which means that you enjoy doing it, even if the highs and the lows and the peaks and valleys as they come, you know, because that's what's going to build you. Guess what? They going to feel like small little hurdles. Why? Because when you're doing something what you love and you focusing, you locked in. When you have like a small little fall or setback, it's not going to bother you. Why? Because you're going to be focused so much and your energy is going to be so high on what you're going to be doing. Like any little setback, setbacks are going to roll off of your back. You know, setbacks are going to roll off of your back. You know, you're just going to keep on rolling and you're going to keep going. That's why I say, man, as long as you will focus on what you need to be doing 100%, and you are limiting your time with certain people and you're really being focused on, you know, what you got to be doing and what you're doing, then guess what? There is no way that you can lose. I'm trying to see when I sent for that submission. I know I sent it during that time frame. I'm trying to see because I know I sent it back in 2022 for real. I'm trying to see when did I submit it for the Jadakiss challenge, because I really got to say it has been beyond amazing, yo. I mean, for real, man. Yo, it has been so beyond amazing, yo, how things have really turned around and how things have been getting even greater since I've joined and got involved in the Jadakiss challenge. I'm trying to see when did I submitted for that. When did I submit? It had to be between June and July. Come on. Where? Yeah, yo, like I said, man, because I was around people, they was up there trying to tell me that, you know, I'm too old to rap, or I don't need to be doing this, that, and the third, and For a second I was beginning, to get a little conflicted, but I'm looking like, yo, like, man, fuck that shit, yo. It's like, man, fuck that shit, yo. You gotta go ahead and do what you gotta do, yo. You gotta do what's best for you, B Mouse. Why? Because at the end of the daggone day, man, guess what, yo? You gotta stay focused. Thank you, Sister Iman. Sister Iman got the links up in the platform. And also, Sister Iman got put your link up in there as well. Put your link up in there as well. To follow me or to send articles or like to donate. Sister Iman got the links up in the channel. Yo, like I said, man, yo, like, yo, don't be afraid, yo. Don't be afraid to chase after yourself, yo. Do not be afraid. That is my message to y'all, man. Don't be afraid to chase after yourself. Don't, what I mean? Chase yourself. Thank you, William Sosa. Yeah, really chase after yourself, man. Really go, yeah, man, really go after, for what you really want and what you really desire in life, right? Why? Because at the end of the day, man, nobody is going to walk that path and enjoy your life but you, man. You gotta learn to become unbothered. You gotta really be unbothered to the point where any little thing, it's like your frequency is so high to the point where it's like any little thing that's going to come towards your way, there might be people might try to distract you or disrupt you for real. Guess what? It's not even going to bother you. Yeah, seriously. You got to learn to become so unbothered. Because the problem is, like I said, too many people, they are focused on other people and not themselves. In many ways, people will sit back and be like, they got their eyes on you or something like that. And it's like, you should not have your eyes on somebody else. Because, like I said, if you sitting back being jealous all the time over somebody else, then guess what? You are really going to begin to like lose out on the greatness of who you are. Why? Because you are not focused on the task at hand and you are not focused on, you know what I mean? You are not focused on yourself. Yes, you really got to focus on the task at hand. And see, like I said, but the problem is, but I see with a lot of people, they don't know how to focus on the task at hand about themselves. That's how they lose out. You can't. You got to stay the course. You feel me? Too many people, man. Yeah, too many people, man. They wind up losing out. Yes, and the reason why they lose, and the reason why they lose out, and the reason why they lose out, because they not focused on who they are. Seriously, yup. They lose out on their own greatness. They lose out on, the very things of what they need to be doing as a person. And that's how they end up losing out all the time. How do I know? Because I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. People, man, just lose control. Why? Because they did not focus on what needed to be done. They were sitting around gossiping, hating, doing the dumb shit, or they just out there doing a lot of fuckery. And guess what happened? Boom, they lost out. They lost out on the very thing. Yup, and that was themselves. I'm telling you. You're going to see people over the years, they're going to fall by the wayside. Why? Because they are going to be They're going to be so focused on trying to distract somebody else. And guess what? They're going to be distracted amongst their damn self. That's what happens to people when you get distracted. When you get distracted, man, you lose sight. You got to stay focused, man. That's what I see from so many people out here. They really lose their focus. They get so caught up vicariously living their life or what the hell they see on social media, what they see on the movies, what they see on them damn reality shows. Yes, people get so caught up and wrapped up in bullshit. And they want you to get caught up and wrapped up in it. And it's like, no, man. They want you to get caught up and wrapped up in the fuckery of what they involved in. Yes, that's real, yo. They want you caught up and wrapped up in they bullshit. You know, you gotta stay on the task at hand. And you can't let nobody throw you off your course as well. Because there's always going to be somebody that's there and that's going to want to throw you off your course. That's why I said you got to have, like at this time, you got to be like a sniper. You got to have laser focus. You got to have laser focus. And the thing about it is, you know, once you got that laser focus, man, you can't lose sight of your target. You cannot lose sight of your target, and that is your goal. Once you got your target, yo, once you set sight on your target, what up, King Hazy? What's up, bro? Yo, once you got your eyes set on your target, yo, don't lose sight. I'm telling you, man, like when you going after your goals, you got to be like a sniper, yo. You can't lose sight of your target at all. You got to stay on your target at all times. Yes, real talk. Yes, because the minute you distracted, you're going to lose your target. Yes, you cannot lose sight of the person who you are, and you can't lose sight of the person you are becoming. Because as you're going after your goals and your dreams, you are also becoming a greater person. You also are becoming the greatest version of yourself. That is the main purpose of going chasing after yourself, because you were chasing after your higher self. You were chasing after goals and dreams, which is going to require you. Excuse me. If you want a higher life, you got to be at your higher self. If you want to go higher and you want to accumulate wealth, you got to be at your higher self. You got to be operating at your higher self, and you cannot be distracted of anything of the lower self. Why? Because it's going to take away the energy from you. It's going to take away energy from you. And the reason why I say you got to be selfish with the access, because you don't want nobody's energy to throw you off course. Like a narcissistic situations are there to throw you off your course. They want to throw you off financially, mentally, spiritually, financially, all of that. That's why they come like that. They operate off the 3D. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Hold up. Give me 1 second. See, the narcissist, my fault, they operate in the 3D. Let me show you something. Yeah, yeah. You can't, yo. You can't lose, yo. You can't lose when you always fighting for yourself. And like I said, man, like I said, that means you will always focus on what you need to be doing. You feel me? Like you will always, like I said, man, like you will always focus on what you need to be doing. You feel me? And you were not, yeah, man. And like I said, you were not even, like I said, man, you were not even worried about anything. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm looking up something. Yup. He did it. Oh yeah. Give me 1 second, y'all. Revelation. Telling you, man. Yup. Yup. See, we operate off the 5 Ds. I just looked up the 5 Ds. Wow, look at the order. We operate off the 5 Ds. My fault. Yeah, I'm trying to get the light. Damn, it's hard to get the light on here. My fault, y'all. Yeah, you see, declaration. You make a declaration to yourself through your works, which means is your demonstration. Works, which means is your demonstration. You feel me? And you also got determination, but you also stay with that dedication on to the destination. You will reach the destination by having all of these. Those are the 5 Ds that we operate off of. Declaration, declaration, dedication, demonstration, determination, and destination. You will reach those. You will reach the fifth D, but you gotta get the 4 Ds first. You know what I mean? To reach 5D. And see, here's the thing. Those of them who live on the 3D, they don't have the 5Ds. What is the 3D? Disruption. Because yup, before you get distraction, you gotta be disrupted. And then once that come, that leads to division. You feel me? That's when you're at your lowest self. That's when you're at your higher self. The 3D level, the 5D level. Yep. You feel me? You limited here. You were unlimited here. You feel me? See, when you fight for yourself and don't lose sight of yourself, look at that. Yeah, you see that? This came with some jewels. Most people out here are not, they are not dedicated enough to stay focused on themselves. They are not focused. They are too scared to stay focused on themselves. Sister Emo got the links up in the chat. Don't get quiet on me, fam. Y'all been quiet a little minute. Haven't seen y'all comments. But y'all, but yeah, fam, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off of here for a little while, jump off, let my phone charge. I'm gonna go ahead and relax a little bit. You know what I mean? It's been a really good stream up on here, family. And like I said, you always appreciate it. Like I said, it's been another good stream. And like I said, man, like yo, really get ready for like next week, man, because it's going to be some major breakthrough that's going to be, I'm coming through next week, going into like the next 2 weeks, and going into the first of the year. So it's going to be really amazing. It's like I said, fam, you always appreciate it. Like I said, but another good stream, and I'm definitely going to be catching y'all sometime real soon. So one love once again, family. Holla back at y'all. Peace.